What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 6, my review, recap, and discussion. Obviously, spoiler warning for The Walking Dead Season 10 as a whole, but the show, comic spoiler warning for sure. But Season 10, Episode 6 was entertaining. You had to like this guy right here, Mr. Negan, Beta, Carol, Daryl, Eugene, as they were the main focal points of the episode, along with Sadiq, Dante, Rosita, of course. But overall, I thought the episode was very good. And if you can, guys, please hit that subscribe button. Helps achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. And join our PT channel, Walking Dead family. Now, Carol and Daryl were teamed up in this episode, and I thought it was interesting. Anytime they're together, it's usually entertaining. Carol brings a lot to the show. She didn't bring her gun. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But the fact that they hinted at ammunition, hopefully will come back around. Daryl, no dog. Well, dog's right there, but Daryl did not bring dog. It was a stealth mission, but wouldn't he bring dog? Why didn't he bring him, right? But either way, Daryl and Carol were together, and they were going after Negan. Well, it was going after the Whispers, the Whisperer Horde, to see where that's going. And to be honest, I wonder when it's going to be released towards the communities. But Carol was lying, Daryl caught her, and I wonder what was going through Carol's head. Was she trying to go after the Whispers? Was she trying to go in and do something? Or was it all about reconnaissance? Because when she captured that Whisperer, we're like, was that the plan the whole time? We just don't know what she was actually planning. But Daryl is no dummy. He knows what's going on. They saw the walkers coming around the Whisper connection there, but that's not the Walker Horde, as it's merely part of it. But I'm just wondering, what's going to be the plan? Are they really going to let the walkers come attack the communities? I mean, that doesn't make sense. They should be offensive a little bit. Start some fires, just light it up, smoke them out. If you think where the walkers could be, burn it up. That could be awesome too, but I don't think it's going to happen. And also, Eugene needs to make bullets. He needs to be in the bullet making factory, as our group is going to need them. But I don't know about you, but I love both these characters. Carol and Daryl together is Walking Dead gold. I'm excited to see what happens with them in the future of the series. What was up with the acorns and the can? Was it just a game? Was it symbolic? And I guess they really weren't worried about finding walkers. What was up with the double acorn? Is it lucky? Does that mean something bad is going to happen now? Because usually there is no luck on this show. When they find something that's lucky, boop, it goes the other way. And Daryl took the double acorn and then, boop, hit the can. So what was the symbolism there? Was it something? Was it nothing? Or was it just part of the story? Like I said, Daryl and Carol together is great. I think that's the future, probably the end game of the TV series. I can't wait to see what happens with these two characters going forward. I don't think there's going to be a romance. I did like the idea of Carol bringing up Connie, as that could be a relationship for Daryl, because we've never seen Daryl in a relationship on the show. As for Daryl hiding on the tree, he's definitely scared, as he knows they're not supposed to be there. It's no more throw caution to the wind and don't be a wimp and step it up with Daryl. Daryl is thinking more about the family, the group, the communities. Before, he would just go in guns a-blazing. Even as of season 8, he was doing that with the truck and everything there. And did you really think Daryl was going to get taken out here? No way. Daryl is going to be the last man standing, in my opinion. But it's interesting because Daryl finds this walker, turns, her around, cuts the stomach open, and then puts the blood all over him. Well, it's just his face. But Daryl's not going to get sick. Really, Father Gabriel is the only one to get sick from ever doing that, and I think they need to utilize the meat poncho idea a little more. As for Negan and Beta and the Whispers, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty much why Negan is alive today. This story arc right here. The redemption story arc, the comic relief, and he was pretty hilarious. It was funny. Negan being Negan is funny. Now, some people aren't ever going to get past the fact that he killed Glenn and Abraham. Well, that was season 7. That was a long time ago. But Negan is still alive. I think he's winning over some people. I know what Negan is. He's central to the story right now. But some people won't ever be able to get past that. But it's all right. He's funny. He is a big part of this episode and probably the story arc going forward. Him versus Beta, him and Alpha, who let him out, and just what's Negan going to do after the Whisperer War, if he survives or not, which he probably will. Is he ever going to get the true Lucille back? And will he fight Beta? Man, I sure hope so. But either way, Negan and Beta was comedy gold. It was pretty funny when Negan put his little piece and Beta put basically a piece that was 4 or 5 times the size. And the music choice was a little like, what? But it was clear comedy type of thing, a comic relief then with digging and this and that. And, I felt bad when Negan wouldn't get a piece of the pig or the boar or whatever, but the Whisperer gave him a piece. And I wonder if that's showing and telling that Negan could be part of this community. And what if he leads? What if he takes out Alpha and becomes the new Alpha? And if you know the comic story arc, that's what happens. But Beta doesn't let it happen. So if, probably when, Negan takes out Alpha, what's going to happen with the Whispers? Because I would assume that Beta will become the new leader once Alpha falls and Negan goes back to Alexandria with Alpha, if you know what I'm saying, and he builds his future with that group and really saves the day for the communities, if that's going to happen on the show or not. You know, the comic is the comic and the show is the show. And as for Dante, he's back to being creepy. He was creepy, then he was funny, back to being creepy. And the whole Cheryl thing was just weird. But more and more people are sick. And I brought that up in several videos, and now it's happening. Look how many people are sick in Alexandria. Hopefully, Aaron is on his way to tell everybody what is going on, because they have to find out why this is happening. Where are you, Aaron? I mean, you had more than enough time to come back. I really hope that you're not talking with Gamma and some other BS storyline. You need to be back in Alexandria telling everybody what you saw. But what do you make of this? What do you make of Sadiq being Sadiq? And what do you make of Cheryl being highlighted so much? We never saw this old lady before this episode. We saw her at the beginning and then here. She's definitely clearly going to be a goner. Is this bug that's going around the new season 4 virus bug type of thing that wiped out a bunch of people? Remember that at the prison? As for Sadiq, what's going on here? He was looking at baby Coco and then he was resting his eyes. I don't know if he was resting his eyes, meditating, falling asleep or what, but he was doing this. And then all of a sudden, ended up here. What is it all about? Is he sleepwalking? Is he doing things that he can't control? Is he going to die somehow, some way, some form like this? Or does he get someone else in danger and they die? As for this Whisperer, I'm sure it's the guy that Daryl is punching in the trailer. And Carol is being Carol. She captured this Whisperer. And why is it such a big deal? Like, oh, I didn't find these in the bag. Oh, I guess you missed them. Who cares? You captured a Whisperer and they're dangerous. And you got to get some information out of this guy to find out what's going down. And that's a good thing. I'm not sure who this guy is and what he's going to say and what he's going to give up, but there's something that could possibly be the connection with this guy to this interrogation, try to figure out what's going on. I don't know if it is for a fact, but my guess is that it's the Whisperer that they caught. As for Eugene talking to the mystery lady, what's pretty awesome. Well, first, he was talking with Rosita, and it was a nice moment. And it's interesting that he's at Hilltop, and he's talking to someone so far away. You can see that he set up the relays and just the way to reach out to some other part of the United States. Where is he talking to the mystery woman? Not sure yet, but if you know the comics, it really sounds a lot like Stephanie, the dialogue, the secrecy, and she's playing it safe. So will the Commonwealth be in Ohio, like in the comic, or somewhere else? And I have to say, Rosita is not my favorite character by any means, but them highlighting her here was interesting. Several things came up, and I just think that she's in danger for several reasons, but the dialogue with her and Eugene was interesting. I like the idea of them talking and being friendly, even though Rosita's not feeling Eugene. Eugene's stuck in the friend zone, and I feel like Eugene's always going to be in the friend zone, and he's going to inherit baby Coco, I feel. I didn't get that from this conversation, but it was nice that they talked, and they still have a friendship. But like I said, Eugene talking with the mystery woman. We don't have her name yet, but if they go the comic route, it's going to be Stephanie from the Commonwealth that's in Ohio in the comics. They can mix it up. They can have the Commonwealth be in Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh or wherever, but Eugene is setting the groundwork for the Commonwealth story arc, and if you know the comics, it should be great for the show. Negan and Beta, it was interesting, like I said before, but Beta basically tried to kill Negan. Why didn't he just attack him though? Why was it a wuss move to be like, yep, the walkers took him out? Why wouldn't you try to take him out yourself? Oh, because the Negan plot armor is too thick that Beta can't take him out. That's for sure. And I'm not hating, I'm just saying that Negan is the new lead besides Daryl and Carol and Michonne. And if Michonne's leaving, someone's got to be there for the comic relief and to be the main guy besides Daryl, and that's got to be Negan in my opinion. And like I said before, they set a lot of things up in this episode, whether it's going to happen or not. The whole dialogue with Alpha and Beta. Is it time that Beta becomes the Alpha? Well, not yet, but it's going to happen this season. And Negan is smart. Negan is one of the most cunning people I've seen on the show, and he knows how to read a room or the woods because he picked up Alpha and Beta and how to really get to Alpha by kneeling when he saw Beta do it. And he was like, all right, this is how you do it. And I will prove myself. I will be strong, but I will give in to the alpha. And the interesting part is that he said, I'm not here for you. I'm here for her, meaning alpha. So did somebody send Negan basically there? If it turns out to be Carol, that'd be pretty awesome, and I hope it is. But you know, when you hope on this show, stuff doesn't really happen. But Negan survived somehow, bent a knee, bend a knee, bend a knee. Any Game of Thrones fans, you know what I'm talking about? Alpha's like, you could be useful here. He drops his stick, not Lucille, his bloody stick from taking out the walkers. And he's like, everything you want, everything I got, it's yours. And then Alpha smells him like Wolverine. And it was pretty funny. And she's like, shh. So is it like, I need you to be quiet. That's what I need you to do. So do you think Negan gets a skin suit? Maybe, maybe not. But overall, Season 10, Episode 6 is another great episode of a very good season so far. And we only have 2 more episodes in the first half of Season 10. Then probably a 2-month break. And I would assume The Walking Dead returns at some point in February, because it usually does. Negan being Negan, potentially the start of the Commonwealth story arc. Oh baby, I'm excited and I can't wait to see how it goes down. So let me know your thoughts, post your comments below, and for those interested in my Zombie Apocalypse book series, check out the link in the description to all 10 books. Thank you for watching, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.